I could not, in my best absolute possible potential guesstimation, explain how this week unfolded.
Jimmy, sorry.
No.
But we're going to do our best. I don't know what happened this week. Mickey decided that she wanted to be delusional. She wanted to nominate one of her own allies, get out a number for herself. I don't know. I don't know. But the craziest part of this week has to be, without a doubt,
Ashley sees the value in taking out an unpredictable player like Kelly. Will that be her move tonight?
She shook her head no. Oh, I don't know what to do. I vote to evict. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. I vote to evict Kelly. I don't know.
Is he ready to cross HOH Mickey with his vote?
I'm so sorry. I messed up. I vote to evict Jimmy. I'm so sorry. I messed up. Jimmy, sorry.
No. Hello, Will.
Hi, Julie.
I've never seen anything like this in all of Big Brother. In all 27 seasons, I've never seen anything like this. If you want to see exactly how I reacted when this went down.
What just happened? What? What? What the heck was that?
Okay, we are going to do a absolute full expose on why the blockbuster is great for this game, and also what needs to be fixed about it. Because they have spent the last 2 seasons pre-jury, whenever they're doing the blockbuster, post the competition, it is a 2-minute rush to determine for the rest of the house guests who they are going to get out. And yes, I get it. By the time the blockbuster is over, the rest of the house has already come up with the 2 different possible or 3 different possible scenarios of who could go home. And the decision is kind of already made. But the advantage of the blockbuster is having it up in the air as to which one of those decisions is going to be the one that is played out on Thursday night. But we have got to fix this new format. We can't just have a 2-minute scramble once the house guests know who their actual options are to vote out for that week. We can't just have 2 minutes for them to decide who they're going to vote out. We need to give them a little bit more room to breathe. We need to give them a little bit more room to strategize. And I love this live eviction night scramble to try and figure out who's going to go, but we have to let it breathe a little bit more than what it's doing right now. Because if we don't, then we end up with situations like this.
No.
And yes, I love when there are production errors, when there are mishaps, when we get to kind of break the fourth wall, and where production doesn't really get to pretend that they're not actually producing a television show. But this even made my fourth wall breaking loving ass very uncomfortable. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it for what it meant for the show. I loved it for what it meant for new precedents for production, for the players moving forward. But also, we're on a live network television program. And this is where the majority of production's arguments rest in. And despite the fact that they usually are unjustifiably using these arguments, this is very much a principle and practice where it definitely applies. You cannot have the chaos of a Survivor style live tribal going on when you are recording a live television program. Because what happens is, if they start allowing this type of stuff to unfold, we're going to miss even more of the pre-production planned edit of the episode. Now, right now, it really doesn't matter. And a lot of you might even be watching this thinking, hey, Dak, we got some excitement tonight that we don't normally get on the eviction episode. And you're right, and I'm not going to argue if you really enjoyed it. That's awesome. But the point is, when the blockbuster ends and we go back to the standard 2-person nomination each week, and then followed up by the eviction episode containing an HOH competition, if we're not going to have the blockbuster, I want to see that HOH competition the very few times they actually give it to us. What I do not want is the players messing up the operation of production in a way that does not allow production to operate their Thursday night format episode. I love mishaps. I love live TV accidents, especially on this show. But they cannot continue to allow chaos like this to unfold. But let's talk a little bit more about the stupid move Mickey made this week, sending home one of her very own allies. Jimmy. You know, the biggest takeaway from all of this for me was not that Vince really pushed for Jimmy to go up. No. It was Keanu, as soon as he won the veto, going to Mickey and Morgan and explaining to them why Jimmy was the #1 enemy of the house. Some of what he said might have even been a little bit justified. But if you're Mickey and if you're Morgan and you're set up in the position that they are currently set up in, you don't put Jimmy up when he's a number for you. You just don't. Because you clearly are someone that is on my side right now as it stands. And it would be stupid, very, very stupid for me to let one of my numbers, one of my allies, a vote for me to stay in this house, go out of my very own HOH. That wasn't even my HOH, that I used my special power to steal from Riley. And this is the result you get? I do think, for me personally, out of the majority of pre-jury boots that we've had and the past multiple recent seasons, Jimmy's one of my favorites. And I do think that he definitely screwed up a lot to get him in the position that he is in this moment as we speak, recording exit interviews. But I do think that despite the fact that he is there, it was a very, very dumb decision for his allies to put him in that position. And I would not be surprised if we see Jimmy return again one day in the very near future. So what can we expect moving forward next week and honestly the rest of the season? To be honest, I don't know. Right now, Vince has really set himself up in the best position in the house. He's controlling most of what's happening right now, whether he even realizes it or not. At this point, his best weapon that he has on his side is Zach. And honestly, I think despite the fact that, yeah, Zach is a big physical competition threat, I do think he is a lot more of a strategic threat than what the rest of the house guests are expecting from him. And his biggest blind spot right now so far has been Lauren. If he can move past that, if he can get away from that being such a big blind spot for him, I do think that both him and Vince have a really great shot making it very far into this game. So who do we expect to win HOH this next week? I honestly couldn't tell you who I expect to win it. I think, honestly, Riley has a really good shot, and I think he's going to gun for it. But who would I like to see win HOH this week? Honestly, I would love to see either Rachel or honestly, Ava win HOH this week. Because look, both of those are two very different scenarios. If we see Ava win, it's truly all up in the air as to who could be nominated. I don't think we're going to see Ava win. I don't even think she really cares enough to gun for it right now. So I don't see that happening. Yo guys, okay, so hopefully this works. I don't know if it will. My impromptu phone stand keeps falling. Oh no. I'm currently at work. It's the next day after recording that. I just recorded that last portion last night. But I did want to get on here real fast just to talk about the few updates we had since the eviction episode has happened. And listen, I'm not going to say I called it, because I didn't, but I certainly think I manifested it.
Spoiler alert!
I'm in my work parking lot right now, so I feel like people are watching me or listening to me. But guys, I am so excited. We have an Ava HOH, and right now things could change. But as it stands, it does look like she is currently looking at nominating. It keeps falling. It does look like she is currently looking to nominate Vince, almost said Jimmy, Vince, Zach, and Keanu. Now, she is expecting Keanu to take himself off the block once he wins the veto, assuming he does. But in that case, she's already looking at putting up Morgan as her replacement. I'm very excited about this. I think that's who she should be putting up to begin with. I think she should be looking at the three of them just from the start. Don't even worry about Keanu this week. But that being said, I'm really excited. There's a lot to talk about how this competition went down, but yeah, I think we are finally. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, because so far this cast has proven that they are not worth getting overly excited about. But who knows? I hope that this ends up happening, and if it does, I don't really see a way for it to not break this game open a little bit. I really don't want to be wrong. Please don't make me wrong. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to jump on here. I'm really excited. I want to know what you guys think. It's gonna fall again. Are you excited for this HOH? Are you excited for what it could mean, not just for this week, but potentially for the next few weeks? I am. I mean, just like I was talking about last night, I really think that if Ava had won, we would see an opportunity for this game to break open. And that is exactly what's happening right now. And I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to see how the nominations actually unfold later today and watch the fallout of these nominations. We've already seen Vince starting to scramble a little bit on the feeds, and it's lovely. It's wonderful. I'm very excited. And yeah. Whew. Maybe we'll throw to Pass Stack to close this out. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this week. It's been a true week of chaos, a true week of ridiculous, stupid, self-destructing moves in the Big Brother house. And anyway, guys, like always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. It lets me know, it lets everyone know I'm doing a good job and you enjoy what you're watching, and makes other people want to watch it and keeps me around here just a little bit longer. That's all I got for you for week 4. I'm Dak. That's it. I chatted. That was my chat. That's it. Okay.